Hello, I'm so glad that you're here. I am currently 34 weeks pregnant and I thought it's about time that I build my postpartum basket because this baby can come any moment now. It could be tomorrow, it could be in 3 weeks, and it could be up to 6 weeks, but I need to be prepared. I'm gonna show you everything that I'm including in my postpartum basket, so let's get started. As a second-time mom, I've obviously gone through this one other time, and I did not have this basket prepared. I ended up being okay because my hospital sent me home with everything that I needed. However, now there's some stuff that I learned that I would rather be prepared for than kind of winging it. So I'm gonna show you what I got from the hospital, and then I'm gonna show you what I've decided to include this time around. So at the hospital, after you give birth to your baby, they are gonna give you a few things that you need, and that includes these really comfortable and very fashionable mesh underwear. I actually really like them. I took some home. I took a good amount home last time, and I really like them. I like that they held everything together. I know that some people don't like them and they find them uncomfortable, but I like the ones they gave at the hospital. They also provide you with a peri bottle because obviously when you're going through postpartum, you want to be able to clean yourself down there without struggling. This is actually the peri bottle that they give you at the hospital or something similar, and I mean, it worked fine for me. Right? Like it was fine. It worked fine. Why do I have these, you ask? Because I was actually admitted at around 20-ish weeks, because whenever I go into my appointments, I tend to have anxiety, and so my blood pressure tends to rise and be on the higher side. So I kind of scared my doctors, so they admitted me. They thought I had sepsis. I had an electrolyte imbalance. Anyways, it turned into about a 3-day admission where they monitored baby and I ended up being in the postpartum unit for a small amount of time, and these were in there, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna take them home because why not? I'm gonna need them. So I did. I took the ones that were in my room. I brought them home with me. Besides the mesh underwear and the peri bottle, they also sent me home with the dermoplast for pain, burning, and itching, and Tux wipes for, again, discomfort. They're medicated cooling pads that help you, especially if you have torn or have hemorrhoids. These two help a lot during that time. They relieve a lot of the pain and itchiness that you feel down there. This one numbs you really well, especially if you get stitches and stuff. And then this one just helps you feel the same, cooler, just helps with the pain, the itchiness, and yeah. The nurses, after the birth of Nathan, taught me everything I needed to know, how to do it. As a first-time mom, I really appreciated it. But now as a second-time mom, I wanted to make some tweaks to these things. Although I really think that I can survive and I will be 100% comfortable with the hospital stuff, I wanted to have extra of my dermoplast on hand at home and the Tux wipes. And I also wanted to get my own like comfortable undies so that if I ran out of the hospital undies, because obviously they are disposable, I would be okay. So I'm gonna show you the extra little things that I bought this time around, and then I'll show you at the end how, if you're a first-time mom and you've never done this before, I will kind of show you or guide you through how the nurses taught me to set up my undies with my pad and the Tux and the dermoplast and all of that. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about the brand Frida Mom. They have a lot of really good products, from like newborn essentials like the snot sucker to now postpartum essentials. And I did my research on these, and I really wanted to try to see if there was really a difference with some of these items when it came to postpartum, and if it was really, like, if they were really worth it. So, as I mentioned earlier, the hospital gives us this peri bottle in order for us to rinse, because with stitches, it burns, and we need to be able to clean ourselves down there without having to, you know, wipe. and Peri bottles are amazing for that. This Peri bottle specifically, when you spray it, obviously you're using it upside down, so you're kind of having to angle your arm and your hand, maneuver your hand in order to get that water where you need it. It's doable. I mean, like I said, I used this my first time around and it was fine. It was okay. I had no issues. I mean, I didn't know anything better than this because this is all I knew. But now I heard about the Frida Mom Peri bottle, and it comes in this little pouch, and you kind of have to set it up for a little bit, but you just simply pull this out, twist it to get it in place. And the nice thing about this is it's actually really soft, like, I don't know if it's silicone, but plastic that you can squeeze. This one's also soft, but obviously this is a different kind of like comfortableness. This is easier to kind of like grab. Regardless, it's not a complicated thing to use, but so it fits perfectly in your hand. And then when you use it, it has this little spout that goes up, so it's easy for you to spray yourself. It's not going anywhere else besides where you want it to go. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like a little, here, let me see. It has like a little shower head, so it's gonna disperse that water in a much better way than this one might. This one's still a little similar, but I don't know. I think this one just is a little superior. It will be the first time I'm using it. Like I said, I didn't use this last time after having Nathan, so I will update you guys to see how I like this. But so far, I think it's great because it'll make it easier. You don't have to be really thinking about where you want that water to go. So Frida Mom also carries a perennial healing foam. It's a foam that you can put directly where you need it. Or I'm assuming, I've never used it, you can put it on the pad before you pull up your undies. But it's witch hazel, so it's the same as Tux, but maybe depending more convenient than having to put the little circle Tux. I know Frida Mom also carries like medicated wipes, which are like Tux, but they're a little longer. After reading all the reviews, I did see everyone was saying that those medicated pads that Frida carries are not as saturated as the Tux. So a lot of people recommended the Tux over those. The other option is also some foam. So if you want to use foam plus the witch hazel pads, I mean, why not, right? You can add the foam to the area you need it and then put the Tux on your pads. But yeah, so give this a try and see how it helps. It has the same amount of ingredients, so witch hazel 50%, and the Tux also have witch hazel 50%. So they're the same. You can buy either or like me, try both, see what you like better. But this is another option. Frida also carries Instant Ice Maxi Pads. The hospital gives you something similar to this as well, where you crack the pad and it's cooling and it feels delicious. Because those first few days they're intense. Especially, like I've said, you get tears and need stitches and it's super itchy down there and you just want to numb the pain away. These would be super helpful. I brought some home with me from the hospital the first time, and when I ran out, I didn't know. I was kind of sad that they were gone because I really liked them and I just didn't know that they were available. But now I know that Frida carries some, and I would, if you don't get anything else, like outside of what the hospital gives you, get some of these. You are not going to regret it. They are amazing for the pain and the itchiness and everything uncomfortable that you feel down there after giving birth. Frida Mom also carries some disposable underwear, their own version of like the mesh underwear that they give you at the hospital. However, I didn't think I needed those specific ones. I actually decided to get some Depends, which, I mean, I know you have seen these. They're the discreet Depends, and they work just fine. I think last time when I ran out of my disposable underwear and I didn't want to, from the hospital, and I didn't want to like ruin my personal underwear, I asked Lalo to go out and get me some of these, and they worked fine. I think if you need a break from the pads, these would help amazingly. And obviously you can layer all of your medicine, tucks, foam, anything you can layer on here just to get a break from like the pads or like an ice pack, because sometimes you just need a break, you know? And these are good. Once the bleeding starts going down, because it does last quite a few days to weeks, I opted out for 1, the Depend underwear, 2, just my regular underwear with just pads. So I actually went to Target to see if there was like some underwear that looked comfortable enough to bring home with me. And I found these by Hanes. They're Comfort Period Discreet Protection Leak Protection Liner, Odor Guard, and Stain Block Liner. It comes with 3, so I decided to try these. And then I also got some of the Always Maxi Pads just in case I wanted to do a pad. So I just got a few things to give myself options, because sometimes you just need a break from certain things. Like I mentioned earlier, although the ice pack pad feels really nice, you do kind of need a break from it, and that's when you can use your regular underwear with your pad, or you can choose to put on a Depend underwear. And yes, it just kind of depends on how you're feeling in the moment, and I thought I'd give myself options. That's everything that I got at Target that I am willing to try this time around, that I'm hoping will make my postpartum experience a little more comfortable. And so I actually wanted to show you guys what I was taught again in the hospital by my nurse the last time I gave birth. Okay, so if this is your first time giving birth, you're a first time mom, it could be really intimidating and really scary because you don't really know what you're doing. And I remember feeling that way. The good thing is even if you have questions or you watch all these videos, you will have your nurse there to help you. Hopefully you have a really good nurse, which most labor and delivery nurses are amazing. They will be there to teach you if you need help, and are more than happy to teach you, especially as a first-time mom. So with that said, I still wanted to show you what I learned. Maybe it'll help ease your anxiety when that day comes. So let me show you. Okay, so I'm gonna show you using the hospital items just because this is what is available to everyone upon delivery. So you get your mesh underwear, and to set it up, obviously you're gonna open it up, put your pad in here. It could either be your ice pack pad or your regular Always pad, and then you're gonna put it over your underwear, and then you're gonna go to the restroom, and you're gonna, if you have to pee, obviously you're gonna pee. And I would recommend to actually use your peri bottle as you're peeing, because sometimes, or most of the time, again, if you have stitches, it will burn. So you want to use the peri bottle and spray yourself down there as you're peeing, and it'll help with the burning. Once it's completely clean down there and you feel clean, you can go ahead and now spray your dermoplast in order to help with the numbing. And then you're gonna grab your pre-prepped underwear, and you're gonna put your Tux wipes. They come in little circles. I don't want to open it yet because I don't want to waste any, but they're like little circles, and you're gonna place one, like a row of them on your pad, and you are done, and you can now put it on. And if you use that ice pack, it's gonna feel amazing. So again, I would grab my underwear and prep it first with my pad. You can even add your Tux pads in there too, and have it ready so that after you're done rinsing, adding your dermoblast, you can just go ahead and like pull those babies up. You would repeat this as many times as you need to. Obviously your doctor will prescribe any pain medication that you need in order to help relieve that pain. But yeah, so that is my recommendation. If I can come home and only have one thing available to me besides the hospital given items, I would get this instant maxi pads and these Depend underwear. Those are my recommendations and what I personally got to be more comfortable this time around from my postpartum experience. I will also be doing a basket where I'm gonna arrange all of my items in here and place it on a shelf above my toilet that I can easily access every time I need to use the restroom, and then I will refill it as needed. So I'm very excited to get this set up. I still have so many things I need to do. I haven't packed my hospital bag yet. I still need to fix her bedroom in order to accommodate this new little person into our lives, because if you didn't know, we live in a 1-bedroom home, and we are currently in a process of trying to expand our current home, but for now, until the plans move further along as God intends them to, we are going to be managing with what we have. So we have to do a few tweaks to our room, which I will definitely bring you guys along so you can see. If you need help, like if you are also living in a small space and you're trying to figure out how you're gonna live or survive with a toddler and a baby, if that is you, I am here. I understand. I am a stress ball because I have so much to do, and I was told I might be getting induced at 37 weeks. I am 34 weeks. That gives me 3 weeks. Lord willing, she stays in there up to 37 weeks. But again, as I explained in my earlier video, it all depends on blood work. So if we're good on blood work, I might have more time. But if not, then I need to be ready in 3 weeks, just in case. Anyways, if you stuck around and finished this video, please, please, please leave me a comment down below. If I forgot anything, let me know if you're a first-time mom or if this is your second or third baby. And I will link that video here if you want more information about my pregnancy, because it is high risk. I do have to take blood pressure medications and I might get induced in the next 3 weeks. But if you want more info on that, I will link it up here for you or at the end of this video. So it was so good to sit here and make this video for you guys. Again, if you have any questions, please leave your comments down below and I will see you next time. Bye.